G'day, it's your old mate Father Simon from the Triumph Bar and Brewery. It's been a while since I brought you a Wednesday Word of Wisdom, but here we are. Locked down again, in ISO, whatever you want to call it. And it's got me to thinking about a couple of weddings I've done recently, and at one of them, I was asked to preach about Genesis chapter 2, where God sits down in the dirt and creates the first human beings. And he makes the man and he puts him in the garden. And he says, you know what? It's not good for the human being to be alone. I'll make him a helper that's up to the task of being his equal. So he makes all these different creatures and brings them progressively to the bloke. He sits down in the dirt and he plays it and he makes the creature up and he says, here, bloke, what are you going to call this? Here, bloke, what are you going to call this? And finally he gets to the end of the day and the first human being says, no one here like me. So God says, I'll make him a helper that's equal to the task. Now here's the thing. A lot of blokes in the church down through the ages have dumbly believed that a man is the preeminent form of human being, that a woman is an afterthought, a second best at best. But there is no one else in the universe in the scriptures described as a helper other than God himself, and specifically the Holy Spirit. So this is the esteem and honor that God gives this creature, human being 2.0, woman, to name her a helper like himself. Because throughout the entire scriptures, God is our help and strength, a very present help in times of trouble, a comforter and a strength. Anyone who talks down women is a complete fool and has no idea about the reality that's happening around him. Anyway, I digress. God says in that episode in Genesis chapter 2, it's not good for the human being to be alone. Here we are locked down in isolation again. It's not good for the human being to be alone. Now you might be stuck in four walls with your kids, with your mum and dad. And that's good that you've got them there beside you. But they're not enough. And I've got a lot of single mates out there who are single for one reason or another. It's a lonely bloody time for you. It's not good for you to be alone. We need people around us. We need community in order to be human. Because God is a community in himself, Father, Son, and Holy Spirit, relating forever in peace and love and harmony. The ideal for how we should relate to each other. Don't ride out this time alone. Katrina and I have made a habit of calling a couple of people a day to have a good long yarn. And the other thing you can do is make a time to catch up with a friend, go to the local coffee shop, support them, keep them in business, keep their doors open, buy a takeaway coffee or tea or a Coke or whatever it is that you like to drink, and go for a walk. Or if you don't want to use that as an excuse, just make a time one-on-one to go for a walk with someone. Go for a run, go for a cycle. Have a yarn. We need each other. We're made that way. We need each other. Whether you believe in God or not, you know that if you lock yourself away, isolated from other people too long, or you're locked in the same little group of people for these next few weeks or months, you're going to go a little bit eccentric, maybe even bordering on kooky or crazy. I've been called out to too many people recently who are going a little bit gaga. It's not their fault, it's the circumstances. Don't let the circumstances get on top of you. Reach out, call someone, make a time, get down the street, because it's not good for the human being to be alone. Blessings, my friend, and I'll catch you soon. Cheers.